Be honest with you, a lot of people are doing curly wigs completely wrong, and that's why their wigs looks dry, undefined, bulky, and unrealistic. If you've ever struggled with getting your curly wigs to look soft, hydrated, and naturally defined like real hair, this video is for you. In today's tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to properly customize your hairline, the real problem with curly wigs, and the exact hydration method I use to achieve a clean, undefined pixie curl looks. So if you're serious about upgrading your wig game, keep watching. Before I get into styling, I would like to talk about the biggest issue with curly wigs. The problem is not the hair, the problem is the technique. A lot of stylists treat curly wigs like straight or body wave wigs, and that's the first mistake. Curly texture needs moisture, patience, and intentional definition. What I see a lot is people overblocking the hairline, not properly hydrating the curls, using the wrong products, or rushing the process. And what happens when you do this is that you end up with frizzy hair instead of definition, dry looking curls, and wigs that don't last. If you have a curly wig and it looks good for only one day, you didn't style it properly. So today I'm going to show you how to fix that. Now let's get into the hairline. This is where a lot of people overdo things. Listen carefully. Curly wigs are not supposed to have extremely thin hairlines. So when you overplug, you're actually making the wig look less realistic. What you want to focus on instead is softness and irregularities. Start by observing your wig. Don't just jump in with the tweezers. Look at the density, the natural flow, the hair distribution. Okay. Now go in gently. Take out small amounts at a time. Focus on breaking up harsh lines, creating slight gaps, mimicking how natural hair grows. Please do not rush this because this is where discipline comes in. Because one mistake can ruin the entire wig. Another tip is step back every few minutes. Look at your wig from a distance. Because when you're too close, everything looks fine, okay? But from afar, there is where you see the truth. And as a professional, your eye must be trained to catch that. After I'm done plucking, I like to go in to define my pattern, then I mold the hairline. The trick is to use minimal products, especially minimal hair wax. I do not like using too much hair wax on my hair. I rather go in with my holding spray and my spritz. It will still give it that flat look and it will tame the flyaways. So I like to go in with just minimal hair wax and use my other product. And once I'm done, I go in with my odd comb to flatten it out. So I see a lot of people make the mistake thinking the comb on your odd comb is what makes your hair flat. Actually, it is not. You want to use the odd comb, that's the comb, to just comb out the hair, while the base of the odd comb is what actually makes your hair flat. You mistakenly press the teeth of your odd comb into your hair, you can rip your lace, and which you don't want. So use the base to press down your hair. Then I'm going to use my hand dryer to dry out the product I've applied to make the hair look dry and flat. Because I do not want this style lifting when my client gets it. She wants it to last for a while. So this is what I actually do to make sure that this hair and the styling at the hairline retains for a long time. Then next thing I want to go in is step by step for where my bangs, as the C part covering the ones that's framing the face. I like to go in sections, apply my spritz and my holding spray. You can see me not going in with my hair wax. Like I said, I use minimal hair wax. So I just go in with my spritz and my holding spray, use my odd comb to lay the hair properly flat. And once this is done, I proceed to tie it down with a band. I'm securing the hairline with a band. This is going to help retain the hairline styling during the process of your hydrating the hair so it doesn't scatter. So I just go ahead and do this and we'll proceed to the hydration. we are the most important part of this entire process, which is the hydration. This is where the magic happens, okay? And I need you to slow down here because this step alone can change your result completely. First, water is your best friend, okay? Followed by your setting lotion and your mousse, then your coil activator and leave-in conditioner. Start by lightly misting the hair with your water solution, not soaking, not dripping it, just enough to wake the curls. Then go in with your product, which is my mousse, my leave-in conditioner, and my coil activator. And let me be clear, every product will ruin your curls, okay? You need something lightweight that defines without weighing the hair down. And you have to learn to section your hair. If you try to do this all at once, you will fail. So it's best for you to go in small sections, okay? Like I did here. Take your section in little by little, then you go in with your brush. And you want to just use the brush to define the curls after you have applied your product. Going in small section takes time, yes, but that's what will give you that clean, uniform finish, all right? Apply products to section, then use your fingers to detangle gently. Separate the curls and define each curls with your brush. Don't just rub products in it and move on. That's what amateurs do. You're shaping the curls and you're telling the hair what to do. And once you finish a section, leave it, stop touching it, let it form, let it dry. Because constant manipulation creates freeze. And freeze is what we are avoiding, right? So I repeat these same steps all over the hair. I like to start my hydration from the back, not the front. So once I get to the front, I still repeat the same process. Then we head over to the finishing look. As you can tell from the video, this is a PC curly wig, but I see a lot of people trying to define a PC curly wig as a bummies curl. I really am not a fan of that. I like to give each girls their definitions based on type of hair type they have, which I like to see. Some PC curl wigs can actually be manipulated to give you a bummies curl, but I'm not really a fan of that. If you give me a pixie curl wig, I will style it as a pixie curl wig, okay, and not a bummies curl. Now, after you finish hydrating, this is not the end of it. When you finish hydrating, there's one last step you have to take. You can see how well hydrated this hair is. I like to go in with my disposable net and cover this whole hair with the disposable net. Then we go ahead to use our hand dryer and diffuser. What does this process actually do for your hair? It helps your hair to define the curls. It makes the curls more defined. You can see that the ends of the hair is looking a bit loose. So I want to define the curls at the bottom to make it more bold. I will just go in with this disposable net. And to wrap the hair with the disposable net, I'm just going to take my hand dryer and my diffuser. I'm going to use my hand dryer on low heat to diffuse this air at the bottom. This would help the curls at the tip to be much more defined and look bouncy. Okay. So I'll just go in with my diffuser and diffuse the tip of the hair gradually until they are partially dried. Then I'll leave it alone to dry on its own. This would help the curls to look more defined, feel softer, and sit better. But don't overdo it because sometimes less is more. I would really like my wigs to just air dry properly by itself. So this process is just to make the tip of the hair look more bouncy and defined, well defined. Okay. After that, you can leave it to air dry properly. If you've watched this far, you already know this is not about just styling. This is about skill. And if you'd like to see more tutorials like this, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and follow. This is about understanding hair, and this is what I teach inside my classes. For the end look, I just like to go in with a little bit of my serum, apply it on the hair to make the curls more softer. I teach real techniques that give you consistent, professional results. If you're tired of inconsistent wigs, wasting time, or not getting the results you want, then it's time to invest in your growth. Check the link in my bio to join my wig classes. And don't forget to follow and click the thumbs up. And if this video helped you, let me know in the comments. I want to hear your biggest struggles when it comes to curly wigs. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with another stylist. I'll see you in my next one.